please,
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Kagha's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Magrin, give her a chance. You, get back!
I am a druid, same as yourself. Allow me to pass and pay my respects. Please.
Druid or not, you're still an outsider to this place. Entry is forbidden.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Kagha wants to see you. Go ahead.
Would that we could speak freely, my Ursine friend. Alas,
What?
I've never learned to converse with your kind.
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
Come on.
Come on. All the druids can understand me. You can. Why can't the man with the pen? I traveled a long way.
The man nods thoughtfully and adds another dismembered limb to his sketch.
Humans.
Ah, my grizzled friend. What can you tell me about this place?
Agene culamor in umbra tua pate arborum.
A common growth spell, but altered somehow.
Why, that's not at all foreboding.
I thought you were Halcyon.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Halcyon? Promise me a mate.
Return to me then.
Not now! Places to be!
I need information, friend. Just spare me a moment.
For one of our own, but be quick.
Actually, I'm not sure what you can answer. Never mind. Off you go.
He flutters into the air without another word, setting off at a determined pace.
Maybe we'll check in again when he returns.
I'm sorry.
Have you lost?
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
To reject the helpless is to reject Sylvanas himself.
The Tree Father's words. Your circle taught well. You know, then, that Sylvanas spoke further. The parasite must be removed for new seed to grow. Yet behold, the parasite lives. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
A seed nobly sown renders the sweetest fruit. Be noble. Set her free.
The words of the Tree Father, spoken plain. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin.
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
I hate wolves.
I didn't realize you were frightened of wolves, Shadowheart.
We just let her run off.
She's a child.
Everyone's frightened of
Devil
something.
child. One who
My
tried
fear's
to
hardly
steal from
irrational
us.
when you see the fangs on those things.
Yet she failed. That's what matters.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles?
Positive. You can trust me on that.
So, tell me about your fear of wolves.
They're ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor. You've been decent to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone.
Well, I'll try to avoid wolves in future. Where possible. Might be a bit tricky.
I suppose a friend of nature such as yourself will know how to avoid them. Provided you don't turn into one, of course.
That's the part I'm... You see, maybe we should get to know each other a little more.
Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Oh, if you're not comfortable, I won't press you.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
Until I turn into a wolf in front of you, at least. Yes, Gale.
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions?
It sounds like you have something to confess.
Ha! And you don't? You're wholly without vice or sin, or the occasional lapse in judgment? No. You don't strike me as quite that boring.
Right. Alright, Shadowheart, come here. We're going to try something.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
I just wanted to give you my smell, and I'll leave you be.
No, wait. You smell fresh. Safe. You can stay, if you must.
The wolf focuses on you, calmed in your presence.
See? Just a little scared too. Yes, Gale.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Whatever it is, do make it brief.
As you wish. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. The way you got Kagha to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
Enough with the flattery. Where is this going?
I was being quite sincere, I assure you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
You know, nature provides the cure to most ailments. Tell me your symptoms and I might prepare a poultice or potion.
Thank you for the offer, but the treatment for my condition is very specific. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
What happens if you don't consume these artifacts?
I'll spare you the finer details, but it begins with a simple biological deterioration, muscle spasms, disorientation, a slight ringing in the ears, and, if left for too long, catastrophe. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
I fail to see why you need me to help you with this. You've done fine without me so far.
A fair point. However, until recently, I was able to rely on a supply of artifacts stored in my tower in Waterdeep. A supply that has now run dry. The reality of the matter is that a lone wizard with a chronic impairment such as my own is not in the most ideal of situations with regards to self-defense. The manner of artifacts I need are not often found waiting patiently on a shopkeep's shelf. One usually has to lift them delicately from trap-filled tombs or prize them from the hands of violent ne'er-do-wells. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I expected as much. That's not my concern. Don't worry. I'll help.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
And I hope this isn't a waste of time.
You see a sharp intelligence behind its eyes. Is it a familiar or another druid enjoying their wild shape? The rat doesn't respond. It simply bares its teeth.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
You're protecting your own. Sometimes a firm hand is required.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Is this rite druidic? I have never witnessed such magic.
The rite of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary.
Past teachings come into focus. The Rite of Thorns is a rare practice, outlawed in most circles, for causing more harm than it eases.
None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
No, you cast out the guiltless. You shame your order.
A disease of the flower must not reach the root. Pluck the petals, sever the branch if you must, but cut out the rot before it infects the whole of the wood. Teachings of Sylvanas. You must agree.
Words you have twisted to justify your cruelty.
Words I heed to the letter, to keep my brood safe.
You consider the Rite of Thorns, a rare art plucked from illicit domains. Nature seeks balance, yet in Kagha you see more shadow than light. There is more to Kagha's tale. The grove must hide her secrets.
The game. We've shown them once. We take grove law seriously.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. You recognize the druids as elders of a circle. This place is a divine sanctuary. The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. Druidic orders often fight dark forces, but you do not recognize the events depicted here. The mural depicts a purge, a sacred cleansing of the land on a scale you've never seen before.
That mural, they look like dark justiciars.
What? What do you know of that?
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
These murals, something about them seemed to catch your eye.
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
In
darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Local history, written in riddles. The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. The broken helmet bears the mark of Shah, the Dark Lady. And if the darkest one is Shah, Moonrise must be her celestial sister. A victory of the celestial Saluna over her dark sister, Shah.
Need to investigate further.
A moment. This medicatrix. There. It's up to her now.
Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Healing. Looks like I came to the right person.
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired round the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this. I, have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
Yep. You know, actually, I don't know why I thought you could even help. Never mind. I'll get help elsewhere.
No. If you're right, come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
Please. I'm resting.
Something took a chunk out of you. What happened?
The bird says nothing, trying to rest.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
The bird says nothing. Only the sound of its labored breath fills the silence.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
I'm hoping for a less grave cure.
I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halson, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options.
Looking closer, you recognize the branch, and it's no druidic cure. She's holding Kalimvor's kiss, a briar from the Dale lands, and a deadly poison.
Good gods, this is the most dysfunctional circle. Put the briar down, and we'll talk.
I want to help you, but I can't unless you work with me. So, has anything unusual happened to you?
You're joking. No, I don't trust you. I'm leaving.
To hell's with it.
You dodge her blow, but as you regain your footing, you can see the pain in her eyes.
I'm sorry. I truly am, but I can't let you go. If you transform out there, you'll kill everyone in the grove. Everyone for leagues around. Master Halson did say the drow's tadpole was dormant. Maybe yours is too.
I just want a chance to find a cure.
All right, but on one condition. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
By Our Lady of Silver, I swear it.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halson and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, You seem perfectly normal.
You must have learned something from studying them.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
That's good news?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Temple of Selûne, so go and get him.
I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. And if my birds can't get close, what chance do I have? You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Well, that depends. Will he use a poisoned briar to cure me?
I can't make any promises. This is like nothing we've seen before. But I know this for sure. Master Halsin is the only one close to understanding these things. He's your best bet to survive. Otherwise, that vial's your only option.
No, I don't trust anyone in this circle. That sounds like suicide. I won't do it.
It might be suicide either way. Trust me, you do not want to become one of those monsters. But of course, the choice is yours. I just hope you find a cure out there.
Take it one step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern. Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
Better a quick draft than a ceramorphosis, nonetheless.
Better than becoming a mind flayer. Keep it, in case
Something
things
over
happen
there.
to go wrong.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
It's slightly off. Push it a bit to the right.
Yes. Yes, you're right. That's it. I'm sleeping.
Well, you're awake now, so could you move just a little bit? I need to use the elevator.
Okay.
Everyone on? Gale, come on. There you go.
waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy?
Short-term amusements are much less hassle.
Lovesick puppy. Don't know why you had to use that choice of words.
Finally, some good fortune. Come morning, we know what to do. The sooner we find the druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
You know, this could be our last night together.
I hadn't thought of that. What do you have in mind?
Really?
She is serious. Even she seems surprised. She's attracted to you, but you sense more. A warm swell of embarrassment.
Oh. Well, perhaps something with a group, then. Once this is all over, we should find a tavern and celebrate properly.
Huh. A little comfort and company doesn't sound bad. But let's take care of our problem first. Rest well.
Well, that didn't feel great.
You know, I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
It doesn't have to be. We can still travel together.
Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
Does the phrase barking up the wrong tree mean anything to you?
Of course. Terribly sorry. I was just going anyway. I need to clear my head. I'm sure I'll see you when I get back. Sleep tight.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
Confident. No tiny tadpole will be getting the best of me.
Courage in danger's shadow. I love to see it. But shouldn't the shadow have crept closer? Gone darker by now? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, have showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
We could probably dig up some poison mushrooms, if you're that keen to be sick.
I speak out of curiosity, not wishful thinking. At least I'll know to skip supper if you're doing the cooking. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. we get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing. Just surprised there's nothing on yours.